Hello everyone, I'm John, lead analyst and founder of JP Strategic Investments, and welcome to our weekly investor update. This week we've got a ton of news to talk about with Tesla, and we're also going to talk about a position that we recently sold out of, what we're looking for as far as new stocks, and then what we're looking at in the week ahead. So first of all, there's one important thing that every Tesla investor needs to know about that's coming up on September 22nd, and I'm not talking about Battery Investor Day. I'm talking about the shareholder meeting and the decision that's going to be made in that meeting on whether or not Tesla should pay for advertising. Now, we don't think that Tesla should pay for advertising at all. In fact, we think it would be negative for the company and it would cost them unnecessary money. We just put out a video on this that some of you may have already watched about why Tesla shouldn't pay for advertising and how you can actually vote in that shareholder meeting if you're a Tesla shareholder. So if you are a Tesla shareholder and you haven't voted on whether or not Tesla should pay for advertising, go watch that video. It'll tell you exactly how to vote, and please vote against Tesla paid advertising. So now that we've talked about that, there's a couple more things with Tesla that you need to know about. First, many of you probably already know they made the decision to raise about $5 billion. We think this is an awesome decision. They're taking advantage of their stock price that has just soared over the last few weeks, and we're surprised actually that they didn't do this sooner. So great move for the company, gonna just strengthen that balance sheet even more, and we think it will be a good thing for Tesla going forward. And then the last thing, they did not get added to the S&P 500. So they did decide to add 3 other companies, including Etsy. We're not really sure exactly all the details in that decision, but either way, there will absolutely be more opportunities for Tesla to enter into the S&P 500, and we think that they'll definitely do that over the next year or so. So that's about it for Tesla right now. One thing we do want to go over is we have reduced this position heavily. If you've been in our Discord chat watching our previous videos, you know that we've been talking about how overvalued the stock was getting before the split. And so it's about 7% of our portfolio right now. We are going to be looking to maybe repurchase some shares and build that position up a little bit more if the stock continues to drop over the coming weeks. But for now, we're just kind of sitting and watching what happens, and we'll just see how the stock performs over the coming weeks. Now, as far as our other position that we sold off, so we did sell our Google position or Alphabet. And so the reasoning for this is not necessarily that we don't think the company is going to be successful. We just kind of see some better opportunities out there, and also because Google is a major part a lot of the major indices, mainly the S&P. It is tied a lot more to broader market sell-offs and broader market movements. And so we kind of want to differentiate ourselves or kind of separate ourselves from that a little bit. And like I said, just we see a few other opportunities that we think are better. And we've actually entered a new position. And if you're in our Discord chat, you probably already know what that position is. We won't be talking about it today, but we'll talk about it in next week's video, and we'll probably put out a bullish thesis on that stock that we just entered into over the next week, sometime in the next week or so. So if you want to know what that stock is already, you can jump into that Discord chat. The link is in the description, and we will be kind of elaborating on why we entered that position over the next couple of videos that we put out. And that's pretty much it for last week. So as far as this coming week, mainly just going to be watching Tesla, like we said, and if it does continue to drop, we'll probably add to that position. Also Skyworks, we think Skyworks Solutions right now is kind of a little undervalued. So we've been looking to maybe add to that position. We've been debating it. So we'll let you know kind of if we make any moves there, and then we're just going to be watching the market in general. Another thing we think that might start to happen is we think that sometime before the election, there will be kind of a little bit more of a sell-off than maybe there already was. Just investors taking precautions. It's kind of an up in the air election right now. The polls are going back and forth, and So there are a lot of things at stake depending on who wins the election, and so we think that there is going to be a little bit of a sell-off, and if the market continues the recovery that it kind of started on Friday and does bounce back, we may actually take a little bit of precautions and just hedge a little bit for maybe some profit taking and some precautionary selling that we could see over the month of October or so. So that's kind of what we're looking at as far as last week and this week. And other than that, have a great week, everybody.